Alright guys, so we're going to start off this big battle. We originally had planned Tau versus Eldar, with my buddy actually using the Tau and me changing over to the Eldar. My son decided to join us today, so we're actually going to change it up. My buddy's still going to use the Tau, but my son is now going to use the fickle Eldar, and I'm going to use Bobby G in a sweet detachment of Space Marines. Okay, so here's the table setup. As you can see, we have our LED objectives set and ready to go here. For this battle, we're actually gonna keep them off and only turn them on when the objectives are taken. So the deal is the Tau and Bobby G are gonna start over in this area, and their main objective is to come over here. Bobby G or my Primaris Apothecary needs to come here. There's a gene seed that the Eldar are actually protecting from us. Each one of these, we're going to do the minor major, which you won't know until the end of the battle which one of these are. One is only worth 1 point. The rest are worth 3, while the major one, which will be rolled at the end, is worth 6, also contributing to us taking over that. So they have a chance of matching, which could also make it come down to who owns what where. So we will be setting up the table, and we will be taking these turns and setting this up in a nice fashion for you. And through the magic of YouTube and Eddie Focus, we're gonna be taking this time, making this thing spectacular. So your Eldar player is my son,
hello,
Al, and my partner. You've seen him on the video that we recently had, Bry, from opening up the Kill Team box. And we will be back after the table is set up. Okay, so we're going to give you the view right first from the Eldar side, Alex's army. Wraith, which I always find amusing, is called the Wraith Knight, and that's a Wraith Lord. Wraith Knight, Wraith Lord. You're my lord. Cut over here real quick.
So in here, we actually have a Bone Singer and a unit of Wraith Blades. Same with right here. On these, we have 3 total Shuriken Cannons.
Deadly. 6s are just shredding you. These guys are
Rangers.
Rangers.
Yep, we have the Crimson Hunter Exarch right here with his D-Scythes.
Very deadly.
4 nice squads of Dire Avengers, 2 with the Sergeants having the Glaive and Shield, and in these squads just a total of 6 Avenger Catapult Cannons. Why not? Nice 9-man unit of Conclave.
Yeah, very, very interesting
Nice.
that.
Eldrad, the main man, Warlord himself. Then we got 5 Wraithguard with just their normal D-Scythes there. We have 2 total Wraith Lords.
Yes, we do.
1, I believe, has the Bright Lances. The other one has Shuriken Cannons.
Okay.
These are Wind Riders, all with their Shuriken guns. We got 2 Vipers, both with Shuriken Cannons. We have a Autarch Skyrunner, being proxied from a Skyrunner on Farseer Skyrunner, I think. And we have a Farseer Skyrunner himself, and he has a relic that gives him, I think, -1 to hit. No, he has that, and he has +1.
We'll let you out in a second, Sasha girl.
Then we have Guardians with their nice Bright Lance thingy there. Who's Chaplain?
Oh, my chaplain. My bad. Yeah, chaplain needs to go up in here. Yeah, good call.
And then we have 2 nice little Warwalkers with their Shuriken Cannons.
Okay, are you within 3 of number 2 right there? Do you want to move those guys up forward a little bit so you can count as having that right this second?
No, they cannot move any further forward. They are right. Well, they're about a half an inch from the line.
I can go here. So.
Just want to check that and see if you're at 3 right now. Just real quick, if you are. I just want to double check. Okay, so go ahead and turn that on. You do have that objective. Okay, so that is the Eldar 4,000 point line here.
And these are Star Lances.
You guys are so gnarly. He's
Dark cannons.
nasty.
Dark
He's so
cannons.
nasty. All right, so Brian will be using my.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
very.
and in deep strike.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Hold on real quick. Sorry.
These are the models in the two wave serpents, and in this deep wave serpent, which I use command points to put into the deep strike.
Very smart
There
move.
is Janzer, 10 Howling Banshees.
And then these represent
Swooping Hawks.
Swooping Hawks.
Swooping Hawks.
Okay, and that is in deep strike. The forces of.
Anybody wants to donate any swooping hawks so we don't have to proxy those anymore? Great.
Yeah, exactly. Go right to our the Patreon and go ahead and donate that. That'd be fantastic. The forces of the greater good who are trying to get the gene seed, and actually I have a model I'm gonna have to go grab, and we'll just put it there, just for the marker itself. I have that what is it? The Space Hulk. I think I actually have the dead guy, so we'll toss that there real quick too. So I rock the Tau usually, and the Tau that I like to rock is led by Long Strike himself, and he's got a convoy. So we're gonna break this down real quick. Behind enemy lines, we have a force of the Tau Pathfinders right here with their recon drone, 2 squads of Space Marine scouts. Each one of them have the bolters, and with the new bolter rule, and I gave them each one heavy bolters to be holding. And you have to spend the extra point if you're going to throw them behind enemy lines and give them the camouflage cloaks, which give them an extra armor save and cover. You'd be a fool not to. And because of that, we have the objective right now. Now, keep in mind, these objectives don't matter until the end of the game. This is one of those big things that, we don't have any points going on right now, but we are turning them on just to show that they are in control or being in control. We have Dark Strider right here, and he's going to obviously roll over here to the Pathfinders to give him the bonuses. He's got some really nice bonuses to give him. Intercessors with Chief Librarian Tigerius. Bobby G himself, Tigris. Bobby G himself is on here. I have the Primaris Ancient, which lets people dying pretty much come back and get a final shot. I've been wanting to use this guy. I've always kind of felt like, he kind of doesn't get the feel. Captain in Grievous armor, and then I have an Intercessor squad right that's for them. And of course, you'd be a fool not to run Hellblasters right there, Chaplain right there. What's that?
5-man?
5-man, yeah, 5-man. Chaplain right there, and he does actually have a power fist for this game. I wanted to, the Chaplain, yep.
Okay.
And there is the other one that didn't score for the main objective right there, the Primaris Apothecary and Bobby G. They are the ones that have to get through this incredible line. And don't forget that Psychic too. Let's get back there. I will actually, like I said, get a model. We have the ever famous Tau front line, gun line. 1, 2, 3 units of Tau strikes forces, and each one of them you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 marker drones, a shield drone, and a gun drone up in there. Also some Kroot Hounds, 8 of them. The Kroot have already made their front line forward, which granted us that as well. They probably obviously won't be sticking around too long. There is the man in charge right now of the greater good, Long Strike, chilling right here, and then you got his convoy. As long as they are within 3 inches of these guys benefit, and they get that plus to their ballistic skill, giving them a 3, it's an automatic 2 now. He also has, in case you guys don't know, he hits on a 2. But his other thing is his armor allows anything that has been markered to have an extra marker just for him. So if anything is only hitting on a 1, now it's on a 2 just for him. And on top of that, anything he's hitting is a negative, or he gets a bonus to the toughness. So with you use the ion cannon, which has a strength 6, you upgrade, or strength 7, you overcharge it to get the strength 8. Now you're pretty much hitting you're hitting 2s and wounding on 2s, anything toughness, like 8 or more. So I mean, it's a no-brainer to rock with him. The biggest weakness, obviously, he's a tank. People can pinpoint him. Up here, due to the wobbly model syndrome, the broadside will be chilling down here, but he is technically up here with his missile drones, with a Devastator, Space Marine Squad, las cannon, heavy bolter, plasma cannon, missile launcher, and I gave the sergeant himself, Power Fist, just in case anybody decides to get froggy and drop behind enemy lines. We do have the ever fun Tau Bomber. If you guys are a Tau player and you don't have this, pick it up, man. Literally, you can roll this thing for like, I think 130 points or whatever, and it just does like awesome damage to infantry and stuff like that. It's fun to do. We have a Predator. Once again, go to Patreon, or patreon.com, and donate Predators to us, because we only have this sad Blood Angel one. So this Ball Predator, it proxies a auto. It's the Predator auto with the 2 las cannons on the side. We have the big nasty. Oh, I gotta turn that down next time. How embarrassing! How embarrassing! We have the broadside. Oh, I guess that was for both of us, huh? We have the Riptide. I'm sorry, broadside. We have the Riptide here with the shielded missile drones, and I actually picked these. You can't find these anymore, and some guy at Etsy did these. They did a fantastic job too, by the way. These are the technical drones. These actually repair. They're like your little mini like tech priests and tech marines. Inside here, to finish everything else off, I have a Whirlwind, and I went with the cast sleeve, which gives me the 2d6 strength 6, no AP 1 damage. I figured because with the infantry out there, it's, you know, it'd be a good thing with that. I do have a vulnerable dreadnought, assault cannon with the missile launcher, just in case shit gets hairy. And right in there, my last headquarter choice for that would be the tech marine. And I gave him the I can't even think right now. Darn it, I gotta turn that shit down. I gave him the combi weapon, so he has the combi flamer, and I believe, yes, it was the chaplain has the combi melta. And yeah, that is everything right here. I know, I did, right? I got pretty frisky. So we don't know who has turn 1 yet. Alex does have a +1 because he got all his stuff out there. But we did. I rocked a lot of characters for you know. I mean, it's Ultramarines. You have to. So there it is, folks. We'll be. Oh, there we go. We're gonna roll off and find out who's gonna have first turn. Here we go. You get the live action right now.
And Alex gets
it. With a commanding 5 too. All right.
Try to seize.
We're gonna try to seize the opportunity.
No.
Oh, and that is a 3.
There we go.
That is a 3.
Woo!
Right.
Eldar, turn 1.
What do you feel about your standings? You think you got a good chance here, big guy? All right, so the push, as you can see over here, we had some psychic going on, a lot of protection, some Will of the Surin going on over here, conceal, reveal, project and jinx. You have your guardians over here, and then you have that was a Warwalker again. He had 2 of them. Once again, this is what happens when you try to Overwatch targets or Overwatch. Rail rifles, ion cannons. We'll go over the casualties in just a second. Push here on the front line. The Dire Avengers made a really hard push, getting a 3 and a 4 to advance, and of course with their Avenger Shuriken catapults, you know, that's a no-brainer. Lords up on the front line there did nothing that I recall. The Rangers over here though shot at the intercessors and killed 1 and wounded. No,
just barely could.
Yep. My ancient hair allowed that guy to have a shot before he died, and he did nothing. Yep, absolutely whipped.
Just shot when he fell.
The crew have been completely annihilated from that front line.
The Shaper's still hiding back there.
Yeah, the Shaper. Yeah, because
all the regular crews got wiped out. Almost.
The Wraith Knight here actually did try to. Charge in 12, and he ended up getting shot by a missile for his pleasure pain there. And actually, did you fire his D cannons? Mm-hmm. You did? You didn't? That's why I was. Why don't you go ahead and fire? I can say you can fire 1 into that if you want to hit that.
I definitely did. I thought.
Did you? Because it's an automatic hit.
Yeah.
No, you.
Oh,
you
that's
shot
what it
him
was.
in the ear.
Okay.
Shot there.
That's
why he only has 5 wounds.
He only has
yeah.
He only has 5
Yeah,
wounds
because those
left.
guys shot all into the Croods. That's part of the reason why they were.
And like I said, I lost on the front line. So that's the push right here.
That's right, because that's not a Hemlock. That's Crimson Hunter XR.
Yes.
So he's got the bright lances and the pulse laser.
That's right. Okay, and that is it right here. So we're going to do the casualties real quick. We made sure that we put the casualties over here on the side for you. Obviously, I lost three scouts. Lost 1 scout from the top here. They both made their morale check, so they're sticking around. I did lose, like we said, that Primaris Intercessor, and 1 has a wound over there. We lost 2 fucking full units of
That
crew.
was 17 killed and 3 automatic fail morale tests because they only had a 7 leadership.
Yep,
with 8
and of course,
guys lost.
2 more Pathfinders have been wiped from obliviation. This guy, once again, I'll tell you what, I use him a lot, and this is the first time Brian used him. Every single time I go to overcharge him, he blows himself up. And once again, he blew himself up. And this was lost to Overwatch, and this is what happens when you decide. And he did not get the charge, so he's still on the outside. So there's our move. Alex, before you move forward, were you happy with that first setup round?
I was pretty happy I got these guys up as far as I really wanted them. I got the Wraith everything getting up.
That's a pretty big line.
We got some nice Wraith Guard in here. We got the Wraith Blades in here. Definitely, you guys definitely have to pick your targets right over here.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, that's why.
And you still got some deep strike.
I got some.
That can come
I got
in.
some.
We have. Yeah, I was gonna say we have nothing on the table. I mean, we have nothing hidden. Everything is on the table, but
Oh, I do have my 3 missile pods.
here goes the greater good turn.
The Greater Good?
Okay, and that is the end of the greater good's first round. It was a brutal round. As this corner didn't see too much movement, with pretty much the predator moving forward. Not too much damage being fulfilled over here. One of the biggest things you might be noticing missing.
It's one of the biggest things literally on the table.
Another one of his brethren went with him. There was a push of intercessors, as well as my man in Grievous armor. Like I said, I want to make sure that he was going to be up in there, and he took out a Viper. Actually, it's right over there. We'll put that over here real quick as we get over here. It was a pretty massive mess fest over here, as this corner really didn't do too much. These guys are here, and the hand-to-hand combat is very furious going on as these guys move forward. Gilliman has made the push forward, allowed some re-rolls, but for the most part is at a standstill in that set. So, we ended up doing a psychic phase. Obviously, Tajirius is there. He had the Veil of Time, and it allowed these guys to get into that hand-to-hand and make that push. So that was nice. I did try to get the null zone off, and that was denied. So that was all I had for psychic. But it also allowed me to move Tajirius forward a little bit more over there, as you can see, and that's going to allow him to deny a couple more things on the table. The biggest thing, obviously, they took a major loss over there, and there's also a Lord missing over here. Actually, this is no longer ours within 3 right this second, because I have moved my guys, so we have lost that, actually. And with the puppies there, they're probably not going to make that leadership check after losing their entire thing. So
Okay,
you might want to, go ahead and do that real quick.
A4.
Yeah, that's not looking good. So let me see those guys real quick.
Unless they got a leadership of like 12.
No, they're paper. They're paper. So,
so there goes the rest
sorry.
of the
I
puppies.
apologize for that. Okay. So just a quick overview. What you're looking at here, and that's the other thing, guys. We have these over. I don't know if you ever want. These are really easy to make, as you can see. Nice little, let you fucking roll a crap ton of dice there.
Yeah, and wow, crap ton of hits too.
Yeah, not bad. So, like I said, that is the round 1 wrap up of the greater good. We are still waiting for Deep Strike, and there's other things getting ready to come out here soon. So we'll see a tide of Eldar going on. Bride, you got epic moment? I think
I
you
would
know.
say my epic moment was definitely when, on my last shots of anybody that could target him, I finally took out the Wraith Knight in the shooting phase.
And that would be, of course, Long Strike over here, helping that big time. And that is another big thing. So we'll show you the casualties real quick here, people, and we'll explain how it happened. We did lose a scout. We lost another guy to personal explosion as a fire Hellblaster got blown up here. We lost 2 guys of the breacher team to this guy's explosion. He took a lot. Took 8 Crute Hounds with the nuclear blow up, and then that had the other guy, or 6 of them, and then the other 2 ended up failing their leadership. They lost 3 Eldar Dire Avengers to bolter fire, and a Viper a Wraith Lord to bolter fire, as well as a Viper to hand-to-hand combat, which was going on over
he
there.
did actually do several wounds to his tanks and Hemlock in that big explosion.
And as you guys also saw, there was extra shots going on.
Hemlock, it's Crimson Hunter.
Yeah, we've done some extra, and the Hemlock over there took some damage too. So
6s on all my units.
yeah, it was.
He did some massive.
He definitely did some massive damage. And all right, so that is round 1 of the Greater Good. And we are bringing you round 2 of the Eldar next. Okay, we have just obviously finished turn 2 for the Eldar.
Top 2, yes.
So we will show you the movements. It was a very ineffective psychic phase with a lot of the things kind of faltering. I think I only lost 1, 2, or actually 2. No, it was 2 wounds.
Was 2.
2 wounds, yeah. It was 2 wounds total.
Killed the guy, then rolled over, and that's what Executioner does.
Yep, exactly. Getting pretty thin over in here, this area.
There's definitely a few fizzles in the psychic phase,
Yeah.
but definitely a lot of
noticed,
death in the shooting and melee phases.
Yep. A little something looking a little ugly over in here. And these guys represent, obviously, Swooping Hawks. They just dropped down last round.
Yeah. They tried to charge in, but they failed miserably. They were
They took out 8 breaches.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they definitely did their shooting damage.
We are getting ready to go to our casualty list, which you can see is pretty big. It was a pretty brutal round for the Greater Good, starting here. As
you can see, the Tau portion definitely took a major beating, being on the front line of that melee attack.
That is an ancient, as another Hellblaster. That is pretty much an entire squad of interceptors gone. There's another Pathfinder. Almost the Roughnecks actually did pass with a 6, so their Pride Blade kept them alive. The Roughnecks have almost lost their guys, but they're holding strong there. Very brutal drone phase. Once again, lost a crap ton of Tau, including one of Long Strike's convoy members. So one of the things that we did have is I took some mortal wounds, and I did use Armor of Contempt this round, which helped me on my Predator over there. So this could help with a nice little push coming into it. We'll see how that pans out. And do you have a moment this round for you?
Yeah, the nice call out on the hammerhead there.
Yeah,
Called out it with the Crimson Hunter there.
The Hunter.
Out the 8 wounds and made
I was
it
like,
on
boom,
the
I'm
nose.
killing this right now.
Hunter comes
And the
over.
first 2
Then I rolled
shots
the,
took it out with exactly 8
And he
wounds.
did roll a 6 and did mega damage to everything around it,
yeah.
essentially.
That's probably a third of what's over there dead right now.
It was pretty.
From that.
It was pretty gnarly.
It was
a good bit.
It was definitely pretty gnarly.
A little bit of a beating.
I did roll a couple of, ones on the D3, but overall, yeah, there was, I don't know, at least 10, 12 mortal wounds dealt out from that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
All right, so Greater Good has got to come back pretty hard with this turn too, or all hope could be lost. We'll be back. Okay, guys, we have just finished off round 2 of the Greater Good here. It was pretty brutal. We got a punch in the mouth last round, if I remember, where we came back and we punched pretty heavily back. So you can see numbers are pretty thin over here. There is still a deep strike coming in. There are a couple, you can see things right now that are starting to come into fruition. I think he owns 2, we own 2, 3. Actually, he owns 3 as of right now. Psychic phase was pretty brutal, actually. I ended up getting a good smite off. We did some damage over here, as you can see. So a couple more Eldar scum were sent into oblivion. So we'll give you the skinny of the casualties this turn. I did lose an intercessor in hand-to-hand. He finally lost his last Wraith Lord. One of Brian's favorite moments was finally getting rid of this pain in his arse, which has been over there on the left side for quite some time. We lost a crap shit ton of Dire Avengers. A couple of the gold guys over here. What's up?
Made their morale safe.
Okay, so he's not losing any more there.
Pretty good. That's the only morale check I had to take.
I gotta say, Gillimon came in with that flaming sword, and there he is right there, and did some massive damage to the Warlock Enclave there. And before that even happened, there was some major shooting with these blue Wraith Guard here. He just saved with the swooping hawks here. So there's one guy left, I believe. And he lost one more Dire Avenger, unfortunately, and it looks like that is the whole unit. Yeah, unfortunately, the Avenger Dire Exarch just went out too. So that was a pretty brutal casualty setup for the Eldar this round, and we're gonna start their turn 3. And like I said, we this thing worked out pretty good too. I'll tell you, this thing punches things in the mouth too. It's not doing too bad. And I believe that is yeah, we got the little markers over there you guys saw. All right, and we will come at you with turn 3 of the Eldar. Okay, so that is turn 3 for the Eldar ended. They had a pretty brutal psychic round, taking out 2 characters and finishing up in Intercessor squad. They also did some firing over here, took out some more intercessors. We'll show you the casualties in just a little bit. They also lost some themselves to hand-to-hand combat, especially Gillimon being in there. The left side is still pretty strong and holding pretty good. Tried to shoot up in here and actually took 2 wounds from the Whirlwind here. And then he brought one of these guys back after losing a few. The gold guys over here down 3, as you can see.
Bone Singer actually got a kill.
And the Bone Singer finally killed the Fruit off last. And everything right now is on the table, as it looks. So let me get that off. There you go. Everything is on the table right now, and we are heading into turn 3 for the Greater Good. And let's give you the casualties. So, as you can see, lost 2 more of the Hellblasters. 3 of the Inquisitor guys are chilling over here. We lost 3 more of the Pathfinders. Another drone. Unfortunately, the Roughnecks finally dying. They faded on out. 3 more of the strike team here. I did lose my my chaplain. There's the Crew Shaper. 2 more scouts, which were lost off. My captain in Grievous Armor, who only had 1 wound to begin with to turn off. 2 more of these, and of course we lost 5. And these are all from Gilliman. 2 from his righteous Overwatch, and then he killed 3 doing a counter offensive. Now that allowed me to go right after the big guy there. What's his name again?
Eldrad.
Eldrad. So it did. It's essentially turn around and stop me from getting whacked a few times, and it kept me still at 1 wound with our round coming in, and of course that means I'll be going first. So that's going to be interesting right there. So here we go, heading into the greater good. Turn 3. Okay, so turn 3 of the greater good has just been completed, and it was another good one. Once again, I gotta say that the Tau. If you guys don't know the bomber, the bomber's been,
that thing is
the ion
seriously
cannon's
pulling its
fucking it's doing fantastic.
taking
These
out a few
guys
guys with bomber
are
things.
pathetic. My devastators are just sad. Just really sad. They haven't
But
been
if it
doing
makes
much.
you feel any better, I
And
basically
honestly,
had to blast
my
all these
Predator-
guys to finish up that
Yeah.
one unit and one.
My Predator hasn't been exactly on fire either.
Didn't even finish this guy off.
Bobby G, we gotta say though, man, Bobby G, with 1 wound remaining, went at Eldrad himself, took out 4 wounds. He had 1 wound left. Eldrad attacked him, and then we used the Honor Thy Chapter to let him go again to finish off Eldrad and get it out there. Now, that leaves me in the open with 1 wound, but I haven't used his Armor of Fate yet. So there is a chance that even though he might lose and get wiped this round, I can come back with up to D6 wounds. And we have enough command points to get that roll if I lose him during this round. So that is, you can see the numbers are dwindling. My scouts, I gotta say, they're still hanging around. I'm pretty impressed with that, although they completely whiffed this last round. It was pretty ugly. Same thing over here. Not much going on over here. The smite was about the only good thing. Did some damage to the Viper here. The Viper's down to only 2 wounds. Unfortunately, Tajirius fucked his brain up, melted his brain, and took some mortal wounds there. And that's pretty much where we're at. I gotta say the bomber taking out the freaking
Crimson.
the Crimson.
Yeah.
Hunter Exarch.
That thing is, the Hunter Exarch. That's pretty impressive. I mean, that thing just kind of swooped around. They did a little dogfight. It's pretty cool looking, man. I mean, of course, Gilliman just taking heads with that Emperor sword is badass. But
Also, the Exarch, the Crimson Hunter Exarch, only had 5 wounds left because of the previous Wraith Knight blowing up.
Yep, no, absolutely.
He was a little limping in
So
there.
this is
He's got some smoke.
here is this round's casualties. We just told you Armin is pretty much out. I lost my last Hellblaster to his own mortality, blew himself up. We just told you about the Crimson Hunter there. We have another 3.
That's the last of their squad.
That's the last of that squad. Yep. The Bone Singer. We lost the rest of the Warlock Conclave. 3 more of those. There's only 1 more of those guys out there. These guys did lose the heavy weapons thing, and they lost 1 more Ranger up there. But the Rangers are very much still holding that position. So that's pretty big right there. This is still anybody's game right here. This is pretty much owned by nobody.
Yeah, we technically have it right now, but
Same. Well, with
they're
this,
just playing stormtroopers over here, shooting at each other and
with the
missing.
Space Marines rule, we're not within 3 yet. So these guys technically still own that one. They own that one. They own that one, and we own.
If it mattered, I would say measure that.
Yeah. Well, it's
It
we'll
doesn't
find
matter
out.
right now.
Yeah.
And obviously,
And
that's gonna change
we own
before
this
it
one
goes.
right here. So
Yep.
heading into there is we're going to turn 4, and Gilliman's trying to make his push over there, but it's not looking favoritous. And we're going to start the top of round 4 and the Eldar. Okay, so we still have a very brutal battle going on over here for Objective 5. Objective 3 is also very much getting beat up over here. By the luck of the Emperor, Bobby G is still alive and going into his turn, so he'll be going first. And there is 0, right? Or is there 1?
One command.
We have one command point
We have
left.
1 command point left. There's no command points left on the table. This is turn 4 for the greater good. This was the end of turn 4 for Eldar. So they are locked in combat over here. You can see.
Eldar took a pretty good beating in the middle.
Yeah,
They are pretty much just there.
The left-hand side has pretty much been held, but I mean, they pretty much held us to not moving anything either. I mean, that is the biggest thing since turn 1. Everything in this corner has not even moved. I mean, there's very, very few Tau Fire Warriors left, as you can see over here. These guys are getting transferred.
Right here has
They're
not
actually
moved.
dead.
These guys have only moved.
I have 2 wounds left on Tigerius, full wounds left on the healer guy, so that's kind of nice in itself. So that's where we're at right here, and the deaths for this round. I lost 2 more intercessors. We lost 3. That's the rest of the Pathfinders. Yes, you're right. The rest of the Pathfinders are dead. That is the rest of that other strike team unit. That is the rest of that strike team unit. That is one more over there, and I think there's 9 still there.
Yep.
He lost a Dire Avenger, and then we lost the Farseer Sky Runner. Yeah, I'll remember that thing. Same thing. Counterattack. He came in. I was able to save, and then I counterattacked, and we went back with that. So we are down to only 1 command point going into our turn. And
the Eldar have none.
So we'll be back. Greater good. Okay, and here we go. This is the end of turn 4, Greater Good. This was a big push once again. Bobby G, just a broken character. We've already discussed this before.
Yeah, so now he's killed Eldrad, he's killed the Farseer Skyrunner, and he's killed a Sermon, and throw in a Dire Avenger Exarch just for kicks.
Oh, and a couple Dire Avengers.
Oh yeah, and he spotted the 3 Dire Avengers that were threatening to kill him like 2 rounds ago.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, yeah. Bobby G is
but those aren't even hardly worth counting.
Oh, Sasha, stop. There you go with the dog. She's getting grouchy. So anyways, breaking it down real quick. You can see what happened. It got cleared out over here. We only have Homeboy right over here pretty much making this move. We will be in possession of that one. We're also in possession of that one right now. He has still possession up there. He has possession over here. We have possession over there. With the turn, the way it's looking, it doesn't look like Bobby or the doctor, the apothecary, is going to get there by next round. So that's the breakdown of this turn. The psychic went unmatched, essentially, with nothing else out there from the last round. Big casualty this round, obviously, taking out the last Wraith Guard, Skyrunner, Exarch.
Farseer Skyrunner.
Yeah, that was the Farseer Skyrunner. Lost the rest of the Dire Avengers. The final,
the Wind Riders.
Yeah, the Wind Riders. Final Viper. Pretty much the whole unit of
cleared out enough of those that the rest of them ran in morale check.
Once again,
got that Wave Serpent that came in from Deep Strike. So because of that, he also lost 3 of his Howling Banshees to the.
And Sermon did drop to Bobby G in single-handed combat, and Bobby G still sitting over there with that 1 hit point. I mean, he is a tough nut to crack, and we will.
I think the Eldar certainly don't have enough oomph for that.
No.
They have a hard time at that.
Well, there was a really big push in that second turn, and it was going to go either way at this point. But coming back to final turn, round 5 of Eldar. Okay, and this is turn 5 Eldar. As you can see here, Jane Zare came over and tried to stop Gilliman for getting his push forward. Unfortunately, Tigerius did meet the end as that's the Skyrunner, right? Another Skyrunner?
Autarch.
Oh, that's right. The Artok Skyrunner this time decided. He only has 1 wound left. Tigerius tried to take him out last round, but he didn't have any luck there. This line got pushed over once again. Tried to move forward with some Wave Serpents here, trying to hold off on that. And once again, 1 sniper over there. And with a very bold move, jumped up high, and it doesn't look like he's actually going to be questioned or actually be able to be denied over there. So that was a pretty smart move over there by the Eldar, taking that at the last minute. This will be
not quite yet.
The final. This will be the final turn for the Greater Good, and it's going to be a tough one because Gilliman needs exactly. I essentially need to roll a 6.
No, you can't now because you're still in
Oh,
combat.
that's right. Yeah. No, never mind. So I am essentially stopped there.
So we have been stopped from getting to the gene seed.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we will not be achieving the major victory there.
So we will be down to the objectives at the end of this last turn.
Exactly. And here we go.
Currently, we hold 5.
Casualties. Oh yeah.
Eldar
So.
hold 3.
Yep.
Eldar hold 2.
And-
Eldar are holding 6. We are holding 1 way back here.
And
And,
that
of
one.
course, with the sneaky swooping hawk,
Yep.
the Eldar have managed to grab a foothold in 4. But they do have a tenuous grasp here.
And finally, we have the casualties, and that is another Phoenix Lord by Bobby G, a drone lost in shooting.
Yep, keeping my strike team alive.
And we have the other strike team. Yep, looks like we have a few strike teams out there. Like we said, Chief Librarian Tigerius
No, just the one.
finally kicked the bucket there, and we have some Banshees that kicked it out to join Chance here. All right, and we will be right back after the end of the game. All right, and this is turn 5, Greater Good. This
Abbreviated turn.
pretty much abbreviated term. We're actually gonna also roll which what things are what too, because it's the final round. Gilliman completely freed himself. 1 wound, man. What a fucking animal he is. I wonder why he's 400 points. Gee, he is a broken character, though. I will say that. Running
Yeah,
over there.
still
Obviously,
worth it.
the only
Twice
thing
the
that
price.
isn't grabbed right now is Objective 2. Real quick, we're going to do the casualties. We finally took out that ranger to take over that spot over there. And the thorn on our side, which has been over there pretty much the whole game, finally got taken out, as well as the rest of the Banshees, who made a valiant
As
effort
mentioned.
to try to finish off big old Bobby G himself. Once again, the apothecary made it through, but we did not get to our primary objective. We never got here, so that was
We needed one more round.
there was more than enough.
We have one more round. You were there.
Yeah, there was definitely more than enough to hold us back, unfortunately. And this over here, I'll tell you what, these guys just we could never place a foothold, man. They literally kind of just sat there the whole time, and
But they took everything that came their way.
no, they really did. So all right, so let's roll and let's see what we got. So
I mean, it doesn't matter for the final game,
Yep.
as we said, but
just for the funds.
all right. So the minor objective. So this is the one that's worth 1 point. Number 2, the one that got
Oh,
lost.
so the one that got lost did nobody. Yeah.
So really taking out those snipers
So,
almost did nothing.
There we go. So
And
major.
major
It would have benefited
number
you guys to leave
4,
there.
the green over here, and he pulls the major.
He does pull a major victory off
Let's
with
see,
a little
just,
sneak move.
let's see,
So there's
just
6 points
3,
right there.
6.
We tie right there. We win by 3, and there's another 3 right there. So we win by 6. It is a big major victory for the greater good.
Well, if we had not cleared that out, he would have had
No,
to still
exactly.
had that. But if he had that, it would have been a tie.
Yeah.
9-9.
Coming all the way to the end and not having any models on the table, but that one pretty much. Well, he's still got some wave serpents over here too. So
Yes, he's got 2 wave serpents, the bone singer
So
there.
I mean,
You got that guy there.
for a
think that's
race
about it, right?
that prides themselves on not wanting to die, you lost a lot, but you almost won. So I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but one more turn, and he's pretty much done.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it was definitely once again the Eldar. We've proven, they
For a race that supposedly prides themselves on not losing people, they have an awful lot of cannon fire.
Well, I'll tell you what, they hit hard. You got to hit
Oh, yeah.
hard early, and you got to do your damage so they can't lick their wounds and come back.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing about facing an Eldar is you really do have to make sure that they're blasted down. Guys, thank you all very much for joining us today. We hope that you enjoyed this very big battle that we put together because it was pretty cool, and we're hoping that this format works out pretty well too because we're gonna try to run with it. You can see Al is diligently working for his Tower of Doom character for tomorrow.
Baby.
So guys, thank you all very much from Basement Quest. We hope you enjoyed this very big battle. Greater Good, Tau, and Gilliman's Ultramarines fighting the Eldar. Thank you all very much. Once again, guys, go to that Patreon. Go to basementquest.com and make sure you like us on Instagram and everywhere else. We'll see you soon.